Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Property Investing Rent to Service Accommodation series, episode 1. So, in this series, my goal is to inform you about my rent to service accommodation or rent to rent journey. In this series, I will maintain absolute transparency and tell you exactly about number one, the lessons which I learned so that you don't end up doing the same mistakes, and also telling you about how much money I'm making. And the third thing is how I'm now thinking about growing my business in the future. So, before we proceed, please subscribe to this channel, press the notification bell, and also like the video because it helps my channel to grow, and I will really appreciate that. It keeps my motivation high, and I will keep on bringing such quality content for you also in the future so that you can learn from me and we can grow together. So this video has 3 parts. This episode has 3 parts. The first part is the lessons learned. The second part is how the numbers stack up for the first deal that I made. And the third part is how I am planning to grow my business. So let's proceed with the first part. So here are the lessons which I learned so far. The first lesson is no upfront sourcing fee. I'm never going to do that again. So once you are in touch with a deal sourcer, once if you like his deal or her deal, then the first thing I think which you should do is to pay him a small fee, in my opinion, just so that he or she can take the deal off the market. And afterwards, once you have gone through the numbers with him, if the numbers make sense, once you have done your research and everything is fine, once you have viewed it, you can just simply pay the sourcing fee. You should also do your business in an ethical manner, and you have to understand that the deal sourcer also has a business. So please do not approach the agents directly, regarding the deal and so on. The rent to service accommodation or rent to rent market is very dynamic. It is very fast moving, and it might happen that okay, you go to view the property and then the property is in bad condition, and later on you just simply realize that, oh okay, my sourcing fee is locked. So don't do that. Of course, you are the one who is going to take the decision for your own business, but this is just what I learned. So the first thing which I learned during my journey is never pay the sourcing fee upfront, but you should also conduct your business in an ethical manner and always pay the sourcing fee once you have gone through the numbers with the deal sourcer, once you have viewed the property, and so on and so forth. So do your business in an ethical way, but don't pay the whole sourcing fee upfront. Maybe they will charge you some fee for just locking the property or just simply taking it off the market, and that also depends on your situation and your business relationship with the deal sourcer or the gentleman or lady who has sourced you the property. But just to tell you that don't pay the whole sourcing fee up front. One thing which you have to understand that in the beginning you potentially have to find a guarantor, and that can become a little bit challenging in some cases. Of course, the landlords needs a little bit of certainty. Yeah, just to tell you that okay, you have to find a guarantor most probably in the beginning. and that can be a little bit of a challenge in the beginning. And the third thing which I found a bit challenging is the duration for which your limited company has been registered. If you are an owner of a limited company and you want to have a portfolio of rent to service accommodation or rent to rent properties in your limited company, so that can be a little bit challenging. You have to pay some months of rent upfront. So the whole point here is that landlords definitely need some certainty, and for that, since your company has just been registered or has been operating for a smaller duration of time, less than a year or something, they might need a few months of rent in advance, and that is actually going on with my second deal, but that is absolutely fine. I have no problems with that. So just to tell you that you should have some money in your bank account to make up for that. And then another lesson which I learned is the is what actually constitutes or are the ingredients of a good deal. So it depends on your psychology, the way you look at things, your financial situation, and the way you want to grow your business, and so on and so forth. For some people, it might be fine to just simply rent the property in the long term, which will not be then rent to service accommodation. It will be actually rent to rent. But if you do your due diligence properly, then it could be actually a very good way of making small cash each month, but maybe in a more, there will be a bit more certainty, so to speak. But that also depends on where your property is actually located. Right now in the corona situation, it will be a good idea to rent out the property for like 6 months, and then later on see what happens after 6 months. And if the situation improves, you can shift to the rent to service accommodation mode to actually generate more cash flow. So you have to play your cards properly and look at the market situation so that your cash flow keeps on coming. So in my opinion, as an investor, you have to always think about your financial goal. So for example, how many months in the future do you want your break-even point to be? Is it 5 months? Is it 10 months? Is it a year? It is something which you have to decide. So you must know your numbers very well as a business person. You must do your own research and see how much viable this property or this investment is going to be in the long run, because you will sign potentially a 2 to 5 years contract for that rental property, and during that time, if the deal is not good for you, it is not gonna serve you well in the long run. So please be careful about that. I will go through the numbers of my first deal in the next part of the video, so let's go ahead and see how the numbers stack up over there. So before we proceed to the second part of the video, please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell so that you can get the notifications of the upcoming videos in this series also, and also about the other different investment opportunities. So now let's go through the upfront costs and the cost breakdown overall of this property. Of course, we will go through the monthly cash flow and also other aspects of the price breakdown. So let's go ahead. So the property is located in London, first of all, and now it has been rented out on a 6 months basis to the tenants, and the first month's rent is £1,600. This is the break even. All these costs define my break even point, right, or my upfront costs. The first month's rent £1,600, the furnishings £1,200, refurbishment cost zero, no refurbishment cost. The landlord deposits £480, £480. The agent fee £369, sourcing £2,000. So the total fee without deposit is £4,800. Total fee including the deposit and insurance is £5,649. So these are my upfront costs. Tenant rent in advance is £2,575, and that leaves me with the first month cash flow of negative £3,074. Now I have to make up for £3,074 over the coming months so that I can reach my break even. So now the payback time in months is 5.1 months, but ideally if these rooms are rented out at the market rate, it will be 4.1 months, so it will be 1 month shorter, but that is not a problem because anyways one has to start, and we wanted the rooms to be occupied pretty soon, right? Now how much is the rent of each room? The first room is reserved for £900, the second one £875, and the third one £800. So the ideal price for the first room will be £950 instead of 900. The second room £925 instead of £875, and the third room £850 instead of £800. So the total rent each month will be £2,575 for each coming month in the coming 6 months, and the achievable rent is £2,725. So there is £150 of potential difference in the rent, which is fine for me. So the room rent can be increased by £50. That is what I want to mention, and the total rooms are 3, as you already know. So what are the running costs each month so that we can estimate the net cash flow? So the gross rental income is £2,575. The landlord rent is £1,600. Council tax £120. Water £40. Electricity and gas combined £125 per month. The broadband £27. Cleaners £60, and repairs, well, around £60. But now everything is finalized, everything paid off. The upfront costs have all been paid off. Even the first month's rent, electricity and gas is already connected, and the tenants are going to move in a few days. So these are the actual real numbers. So the total expenses each month are £2,032, and that leaves me with a net monthly cash flow of £543. So that is all about the property. So in the coming 5-6 months, I'm going to reach my break-even point, and after that it is like an infinite ROI. Then I also have the possibility to use it as a service accommodation and get more cash flow out of it. And it also depends on the COVID-19 situation and the uncertainty surrounding that. So after 6 months, that decision will be taken. And now the last part of the video. Before we proceed, please subscribe to this channel, like this video because YouTube algorithm likes it, and also press the notifications bell so that you can see the notifications of the upcoming videos. Now, how do I want to grow my business? So I'm a very long-term person. That is a psychological thing, and I believe in developing strong business relationships because it helps both the parties. So for me and also for the other business, it is very, very good because as you do more business together, you both can leverage on the economies of scale and so on and so forth. So in the future, I will like to partner with some really good deal sourcers, some property experts in the future, so as to make this process even more streamlined, even more efficient, even more scalable, so that new possibilities can be created together with the property experts, and deals can be sourced faster, the friction can be removed, and so on and so forth. So this is something which I'm looking forward to, but what will happen in the future, you will know over here in this series. So keep on watching, subscribe to this channel, and I hope that you learned something from this video. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video. Bye.